Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Find Ways to Win. I'm your host, FitzgeraldStephens. Happy Saturdays. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's doing very, very well. Hope you got the week that you wanted, that you planned for, that you worked for, visualized for, and more importantly, that you expected. Want to talk to you guys about the subject, very important in life. It's called, it's not what you, it's who knows you. It's not what you know, it's who knows you. My father, when I was 18, I didn't think the man knows as much as I later learned out. As I later learned when I became much older in years. When I was 18, as a typical kid who knew it all, who was full of youthful pride and everything. Dad would break these sayings out to me, these sayings out to the many of my brain to you, and he would tell me he used to say to me, "It's not what, it's who. It's not what, it's who," and he didn't really elaborate on it. So being my own way, I thought I had it figured out more so than Pop, and so I just went on my own way. And as I progressed through the decades, Dad, who seemed to be a very simple man at the time, Lord behold, now that I'm older now, Dad is a certified genius in my opinion. I mean, the more I just like sitting at the man's feet and just talking to him, just listen to him. I don't talk as much as I used to when I'm around my father. I'm just just soaking in his wisdom. And I suggest if you have an elder or you have especially a parent, then when they start giving you these little life sayings simply because they have the experience and that they have been there before, take time to listen. It's not what you know, it's who knows you. You will meet a many of people seem to be the seem to have great potential. They have even great education, sometimes even great experiences, but yet they're in a role that they don't belong. I mean, it's clear they don't belong. It's clear they should be doing more, and you wonder about that, and you it doesn't seem to fit. They just seem out of place. We work around them. They sometimes they do many roles and tasks in our lives, and we like, why is that? I'll tell you one of the reasons what the greatly contributes that there is someone that could change your life that doesn't know them. It's not what, it's who knows you. How are you building your professional network? Are you really serious and really understand the power of having a large professional network? What do I mean by professional network? People who can move facets and move you into different areas of your life professionally in your given industry or their given industry simply by anointing you with the scepter of their approval. I mean, I have received some of the nicest jobs I ever had, not because of my degree from the University of Alabama, not because of my energy, not because necessarily of my willingness to get in there and do what it takes. Oh, you need those things. It's because I have practiced on building networks, and I have done that. I look to bring value to people. I could strike up a conversation with anyone, and from an elevator to a taxi cab. That's a gift I get from my mother. People are just people with me, but I sincerely take an interest in people, and I make myself accessible, and then I make myself accessible to them. I like people to see me in a good light, and you want people to see you in a good light. Often you're building your professional network not necessarily by business interests, although that is a good thing to build it for. You build it by common interests. Maybe you guys are both soccer fans. Maybe you're both Alabama alumni. Maybe you, or whatever prospective school you came from. Maybe you grew up in the same state or the same town. Maybe you're in the same fraternity or sorority. It doesn't make a difference. Maybe you guys like to golf. Maybe you like to both like fine cigars. It doesn't make a difference. But what you're trying to do is get some commonality and be yourself while you're building your network, while you're going out there, and think intentionally that I'm going to build my professional network. How full is your cell phone? If you go down, if you look at your contacts, your top professional contacts, are they someone that you can add value to their lives, or they can add value to their lives? Can you make a call and to this particular person. And because that person is in a position, you can jump over the hundreds, even thousands of applicants and get the position just by a simple call, just by simply making it known. Now, there is so much liberty and freedom in that, ladies and gentlemen. I can't explain it. I can make calls such as that. I'm very reluctant not to make the call. Sometimes go on my own to see to put in all the work that I necessarily can do to go through all the necessary channels. But when it really comes to an improbable situation or a situation I got to and move upon in a way that's real quick, you better believe I'm going to call that professional network that I built. One of those professional networks right now is a gentleman that just buzzed in the stream is Mr. Prince Dinas Amir. Dinas Amir is a personal friend of mine, the owner, creator of the Search for Uru YouTube channel. I suggest you guys go and click. He does a phenomenal work with bringing bringing the African culture and the African vibe over to United States, even around the world. Built an incredible following, well over 100,000. Built a tour company, just as a dynamic entrepreneur that really could people can learn from what he has taken, what he has done. That's a personal friend of mine. That man's phone number is actually in my phone. It has been my cell phone for the last 15 years. He's a personal friend. I have other people I developed like that. I'm constantly looking to develop my professional network. I am a huge college football fan, particularly Alabama. I love football, SEC football. I love college football. But you know what? With football, I'm a fan. I mean, I can't call anyone up, anyone Alabama coaches or any of the other various coaches around the country and say, "Hey, I need something done. I'm looking for maybe to join this particular marketing team or get in this certain door like this. Can you help me?" That's not a professional network. That's a fan club. There's a difference between a fan club and a professional network. A professional network involves someone who can actually put you in a position of power should you need that. Someone who can put you in a place of power, or you can put them in a place of power. Someone that knows you well, someone that knows your character, someone who is willing to put their name on you to open up doors. Now, let me add another adage to this. Who you know can get you in the door. What you know will keep you in the door. Who you know can get you in the door. What you know will keep you in the door. Other words, if someone puts you in a position, and that's why sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, people who are in power positions, they're very reluctant to put their name on you because, number one, they don't want you to make them look bad. Oh, they can be your brother. They can be your best friend. They can be your first cousin. They can be well acquainted with you at your church or your social club. But they're not going to put their name on you if they doubt your character, if they doubt your ability to be willing to follow instructions and get the job done, because it's going to reflect back on them. And as a professional, last thing you want is to make a decision that looks bad on you. You want to avoid that at all costs. But let's just say if you have that and you go ahead and pull upon that professional network, you do everything you can do to make that man or make that woman shine for the fact that they place you in that position. You show up early, you leave late, you don't complain, you go in, you be a leader, you be a team player. You go in there to perform and you go in there to win, and you be grateful. And the way you show your gratitude to your professional network is that you produce, you perform. So many people go around and saying, "Hey, can you hook me up? Can you hook me up? Can you get me that job? Can you get that position? Can you do me an introduction far as for this man or this woman? I really like him and her and stuff like that." And although the professional network, he's hearing you, he's looking at you, this professional contact, they're like, if they question your character, if they doubt it, they'll put you off. So they'll put you off, or some of them flat will just ignore you. When you have built a reputation of performance, when you have built a reputation that you know that, hey, I got a great network, I'm actually going to make something happen. Generally, all you got to ask that person is one time. And when the timing is right, they're going to call. They're going to give you a call. For example, uh, uh, there. I told you I had some great jobs by actually knowing people. My degree didn't open the door for me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care how good of a school it's come from. My knowledge didn't open up the door for me. You have got to understand, if the right person does not know you, your degree is useless. Your experience is useless. It means nothing if the right person can't get you the exposure that you desperately need to be in front of, or the door that you need to get into. Get that in your head. Unfortunately, I didn't learn that in college. I didn't learn that much till later in life. That's when I was naive in my younger years, when I thought the world was fair. No, the world is not necessarily fair. Fair could be hold on for a second. Fair can be a term that can be used in your home around the table, but don't you dare teach your children that it's fair out there in this world. This world is made to compete. This world is based on your performance, and you get to perform by basically who you know, or who knows you, should I say. I was doing when I got into software sales, when I used to live up in upstate New York. uh, I happened to go in and do a cold calling to a pawn shop. I remember to this day, and there was a gentleman in there before me. I didn't think nothing about it. I just knew he was a salesman. We knew we know each other, and then so he had just actually finished, and so I walked by him, gave him the respect, hello, spoke to him, and I went to do my pitch, and he listened to me. Unbeknownst to me, he was watching me. He was a software manager who was looking to build his team. So we struck up a conversation, and I told him what I like to do. I'm in outside sales. That's what I want. I want to get into software. He said, "Great, great. Go, it's I like the way you're rolling. I like the way you're confident. You're stepping up to the plate. You're going in there. I compliment. I appreciate it. We exchange names. The man's name is Tony Ricciazzi. We're good. We're still friends this day. He invited me. Said, "Hey, we're having an event at my company. I invite you to come." Well, you better believe I came. And I showed up, and met a couple of the movers and shakers, presented myself well, made Tony look well. Thanked him for his time because he opened up a door for me. I realized it. It took me 2 years before I was offered a position, because unbeknownst to me, Tony did not have that power to move at the moment, but he knew power brokers. Well, a new division had opened up. And all of a sudden, I was laying on my couch one day up in Buffalo, in my cold day. I remember that Buffalo, that incident was cold. I get a call from a recruiter, and he said, "Hey, Fitzgerald, welcome to the team." I said, "Okay." Said, "Thank you." He said, do you still need to give your job a notice?" I said, "Yeah, I can give him. I can be ready for about 3 seconds." And so I gave my company like a week notice. Lo and behold, another 2 weeks later, I was on a plane to Dallas. I had absolutely doubled my salary, almost doubled it in a half by that, just by one person who knew me. I didn't have to go through the process of interviewing and seeing trying to compete with applicants and stuff like that, simply because of the right individual knew me. As a matter of fact, Tony later told me, "Hey, I've already talked to the director. He doesn't even need to meet you. He knows about you through me. I'll see you in Texas." That's how it happened. And two more other jobs come to mind like that. Now, I tried to get in software I wanted to get in software for the longest, but I didn't know anyone, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this was a connection that came about. God, thank you for your grace on that, and me simply being able to perform. And I was very appreciative, and I was very grateful for that. That taught me something in life. It is really not what, it's who It's who knows you in a great light. Ladies and gentlemen, cultivate relationships, cultivate your professional network. If you're going to move forward in this life, you have got to know how to connect with people. People have got to see you in a good light. Even when you make these YouTube videos, or you are a content creator, or you want to put yourself in a good light. You want to be energetic, you want to be decisive, you want to have great thinking, you want to give content that can actually be a benefit to people, because you never know who needs your skill. It doesn't make a difference how good you are at something, ladies and gentlemen. If people don't know you, it's just a waste. People have to know that you're good at something in order to in order to take a chance on you. Do you realize there are many people around the world looking for the talent that you have? Yes, I said around the world, looking for the talent that you have. But if you're too shy to go out to mixers, if you're too shy to open your mouth, and you're too shy to give someone a firm handshake and say, "Hi, I'm Fitzgerald. Who are you? Great day. Hey, that's an incredible cigar, man. Hey, you really played that great round of golf, and man, I love that boat. That car's looking. If you are too shy to understand how to connect with people and the things that matter to them, you are going to be greatly hampered in your career. Now, there are some people who move in levels and have attained positions like that, without necessarily building a professional network. But here's the key: they don't go anywhere in that company. They don't get promoted. They stay stagnant in their career. How many times we saw people who have these incredible gifts and incredible skills, but yet they're still like not even middle management. Yet someone who doesn't nearly have their experience or their longevity just comes in to leapfrog them. Why do you think that is? It's because of their connection. That person who is staying stagnant has not, or is not, developing a professional network within that organization. Sometimes people don't even know they want to be promoted. People don't even know that they're looking for opportunities. It's not just going to come to you, ladies and gentlemen, by osmosis. You have got to go at it. You have got to make it known. You have got to make it known that that you are there to excel. You're there to be promoted. You're there to compete, and you do it by your worth. At the end, you do it at certain times. You don't go in there asking for the boardroom the first day you're there. Prove your work. Prove your work, but prove what you're about. And then when the time comes right, go after it. People know what you're about. And so don't sit up there necessarily and talk about how you shy and how you don't like people and how you just want to keep to yourself. These things sounded cool. They sound cool and real nice, but on a grand scheme of thing, it's the extroverts of the world that run the world, not the introverts. Not those guys who like to keep to themselves, or like to keep quiet, or like to keep their heads down. It's the person who sits out there and is energetic, can galvanize a crowd, a person who can lead people to one cause. Man, that talent is worth that man or woman's weight in gold by the right person. Because why? Why is that so important? Because companies are looking to increase market share. And you can't increase market share without basically being able to galvanize a paying customer. That is the most number one skill you can bring to a company. It's not the research and development necessarily say. It's not the operations necessarily to say. It's not the cleaning service necessary to say. It's the person who can galvanize people into that organization to pay for their product. Those are the foundation of the game. Those men and women are the foundation of any company that's being profitable and being successful. Yes, products matter, but can you get the customers? Can you get the customers that pay it? Can you have that skill to produce? Build your network, ladies and gentlemen. Let people see that you bring value. That's the other thing they want to see. Is this person going to bring value to me? Yeah, they like cigars, but did they show me enthusiasm? Yeah, they like the Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, but do I know what they do? I may not necessarily have something in my company for their talent, but I know a friend of mine because I have a professional network too that's looking for the talent, and maybe I can put my name on Kendra. Maybe I can't put my name on Kimmy. Maybe I can't put my name on this person, and and open up a door for them that they never would have been able to get into, simply because I like them. Ladies and gentlemen, be very, very strategic and be very, very decisive in creating your professional network. Be able to do that. And what are you doing about a professional network? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, like, power brokers and people who are hiring managers, people who are looking looking for talent. Let me tell you, the first thing they do, they check your social media. Are you on there with a blunt? Are you on there necessarily vaping? Do you got a bottle ain't hanging in both hands talking about how you getting it real and you get your party on, getting your freak on? Are you silly enough to post pictures like that? Are you out there cursing out people on the air? Is your channel full of content that's demeaning? Are you doing that? You've already eliminated. Because a cat like me, all I'm going to do is look at your social media and not like, please, I can't use him or her. They don't have good judgment. They don't have good judgment. I can't do that. And now, and a lot of times you're eliminated and you don't even know why. It's your digital footprint that's a many a days. Gone are the days we used to sit down and come interview and you get all dressed up in your white shirt and your charcoal gray or navy blue two-piece or your professional outfits. Gone are those days. I'm looking at you online. I want to see what your online footprint in. I want to see what you're looking at online. How are you looking? Are you making rash decisions? Are you dressing professionally? Are you well groomed? Are you speaking with excitement? Are you speaking with purpose? What's your track record? Then I'm thinking about calling you in for a one-on-one, because I want to see if the one-on-one matches up to what I'm seeing with the digital footprint. I want to be able to look in your eyes. I want to be able to read your energy when you're in front of me. I want to see what vibe I want to see if you're going to be a good fit to the culture. That's how people who know you and can put you in power positions view you, ladies and gentlemen. That's why a lot of you guys aren't getting the phone calls back, because you haven't cleaned up your digital footprint. I have a person in my professional network, a couple of people in my professional network. One of them is a director of a well-known city that I know very, very well. He doesn't even keep a social media account. Doesn't even do it at all. No, he's just not interested into it. A very, very quiet, assuming man. But he is in an awesome position of power. He's a power broker within a major city within the Southeast. Now, you never know it. You talk to him, he's not going to say, but he misses nothing. He observes everything. And if you don't have questionable character, you have questionable character, you don't get in this conversation. He won't talk to you much. So you might think that he doesn't like you. No, he's observing you. And people who observe a lot, they often don't speak a lot. They get you to speak, and your words is going to reveal your heart. This is how some of the tips on how to build a professional network. Be surgical about it. Don't just talk to everyone, but don't really talk to everyone. What do I mean by that? Talk to everyone. Oh, have good conversation. Good conversation. You talk about Tampa weather here, and how we actually have a cold front down today. It's about 40-something degrees down here. It's real cold. We talk about maybe the Buccaneers lost to my Rams, and people not really feeling too cool about that, and Tom Brady may be retiring. Those are nice little cocktail mixers. Those are things like that. But when you really want to talk, move to the next level, you're asking the question, hey, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, what's your line of work? What's your business? Any other ways you want to cut it? Then once you know that, you take interest in that, and you let them know what you do. and you let them know whether you're looking or whether you're doing whatever you're trying to do. But make sure they first see you in a good light. You dare not go up to a key person who has built a large network and say, "Hey, how do I get in your network?" Man, that's offensive. They're going to shut you down right away, and more likely you're not going to get a call from them because you didn't take time to learn them as a person. You didn't take time to develop things things with them, as individually. You didn't see them as a person. You only saw them for what they can do for you, and that's exactly the way they perceive it. Sometimes you have to cultivate relationships before you actually drop that you're looking, or that you're looking to expand, or you're looking to grow your brand, or raise capital for your product, or how do you do certain things like that. You got to wait till the timing is right. You gotta wait till sometimes the invitation, sometimes you make the invitation. So these are a couple of keys. And these are a couple of keys that took me a long time to understand it, because I thought it was fair. I thought my degree would open up. I went to college and I thought that would go. And I thought my hard work and me being a reliable person will open up doors for me. Yes, some doors, but not the door. Not the door. In order to move up and rank, in order to move up on your career, the right person has to know you and like you. They have to know you and like you. And all they have to do is just go ahead and wave their scepter of approval over your life. And man, you're leapfrogging people who have been trying for years to get where you are. Is it fair? No. But life isn't fair, ladies and gentlemen. Life is about the right connections. So take time to cultivate that. Learn how to deal with people. I mentioned once before the book, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Please get that book and read it and read it and read it and read it. Never loan it. If you recommend to someone, make sure they buy their own copy. That book stays in my vehicle. It never leaves my vehicle. And if that copy wears out, I'll go buy another one. Learn how to deal with people. If you're going to be a professional networker, if you're going to be a person who really cultivates relationship, you have got to be well read. You got to be able to speak on a long line of topics, a long list of topics. It can't be just be those things that interest you. You got to look for interesting things what the other people are interested. I could talk about everything from stiletto heels to space travel, from politics to forests, from underwater caves to giant dwarf stars, because I'm well read. And because being well read, I know a lot of different subject matter. I don't have to be an expert. I just have to be enough to carry on that conversation with someone. But I have to be at a point where I can talk a legitimate conversation about something that interested someone else, especially if I'm trying to build my professional network. Especially if I'm trying to do it. If you don't know that, when they drop some knowledge off and some things they know, and don't go out there try to wing it, because a person really likes something, they're gonna know if you know what you're talking about or not. But if you sit around there and they mention something, go look up that subject. Go look at that subject on Google. Go look at that company where they are. No, so next time you see them, you'll have something of interest and with knowledge for them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's critical that you understand that there are certain rules of engagements and certain rules of winning in life that that sometimes it don't have a playbook. And sometimes, we all don't have people in our lives who can give us this knowledge and break this thing off to us and break it down to us. And if you don't, you're beating your head against the wall. You're thinking like, oh, wow, the degree that I got, man, I might as well make it into a paper airplane. I thought like that one time. Because the degree wasn't served me. Why? Because I didn't understand the power of building professional networks. But I do now. And I'm constantly building that network. I'm constantly building it, constantly expanding. My phone is full of hundreds of people. Are all of them power brokers? No. But you don't need a whole lot of power brokers. You don't need to know a lot of them. You just need to know a few of them. Because those few know other power brokers who know other power brokers. You get what I'm saying? No, so learn that. So once again, let's clear up that social media. Now, if this doesn't apply to you, go ahead and spit out the fish and eat. Go ahead and spit out the bones, eat the fish. But if it does apply to you, let's clear that up. Let's get that digital footprint tight and right. Let's don't sit around there, have people looking at us like we are food. Even though you can be great, but because your digital footprint is saying that you're not good at making decisions, you're not going to be invited in the professional networking circle. Someone who could probably blink, put the scepter of their approval in your life, and your life can go from the basement to upper management in a moment. That is an incredible good feeling, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you how good that feels. I can't tell you how good like a phone call I got just recently within a company I was graced to work for. Hey, Fitzgerald, this person's going to be calling you. We already see it. We're looking for a position right here. It's already in there. Hey, you want it, but you do, man. Expect to fall from this person. That person who called me was a director. I happen to know his boss. And I met his boss through another one of my professional networkers. And boom, I was right in there. In a position, in a position, an organization that people try to wait for years to get into. But I circumvented all that. Why? Someone knew me in a good light. Am I saying that to brag? No, that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's the game. That's the game. And make no doubt about it. In games, there are winners and losers. So you don't want to be on the losing end. Take inventory, take stock. Think about, am I building my professional network? Am I being engagement with people? Well, I just don't like to do that. I just don't like to talk to people. Okay, get ready to stay exactly where you are. Well, I just don't like crowds. Get ready to stay exactly where you are. No, you're not going to move because the right person doesn't know you. Or if the right person knows you, they don't have an opening at the moment, but maybe there's someone they know does have an opening at the moment for your talent. Now, you guys often hear me say, guess the right cigar. Yes, and man, and it's a thing that I like nice cigars. I talk about Black and Mild. It's not necessarily cigars. It's going to the cigar lounge and making connections, because a lot of high-power business contacts hang out at the cigar lounge or the golf course. And when we're just sitting around there chopping up, people are in their natural state. People are relaxed. They're smoking their thing. They're drinking their favorite beverage or whatever they want to do. They're inviting you. You can get invited over to their table. You invite them over your table. Then the conversation after you start talking about the various types of cigars, and I'm knowledgeable about that. What do? Well, this is what I do, and you say it casually. I have given out more cigars. Okay. And what is a step of good faith? Not necessarily I want something, but where people will remember me in a good light in that venue. And guess what? It works. It works. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking time to tune in to Find Ways to Win. Hopefully we give some information to empower you. That's all I do is make my videos for information and power. If I don't think it's going to empower you, I'm not going to make the video. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys taking these words to task. You might want to watch this again. You might want to look at this again and get little nuggets that you can glean out of that even more so. Feel free to like and subscribe and share this stream. I think it's important. We appreciate it. We're growing this channel. I thank you guys for allowing me to come into your homes, your offices, your cars, or wherever you are. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day. Make it happen, and you too find a way to win. God bless you all. Bye-bye.